What is going on, everybody? It is Thursday. Market is down about a point here. Looking like we're starting to roll over on a bunch of things. SPY keeps continually breaking out here, making new highs, and we're just now starting to get a little bit of a gap down here. Wondering if this is finally the time that we're going to start rolling over, because we keep making these wedges, breaking out high, really not moving up at all any. So I'm not going to say it is the top, but I mean, we're starting to see signs that it is the top, because especially on this daily, you can see each time it breaks out from these candles, just not that strong. So I'm wondering if today's going to be the day. So using my new tool, new market profile, paying attention to some levels, I'm actually looking to short some around 260.60 here, possibly 260.30. Ultimately up to the high of 262. Just have to see what happens, really. I might be able to scale into it or something. Again, just gotta pay attention to the price action, what it's telling me at the time. But as for stocks, only have two gap stocks that I'm looking at. MBOT's gapping up again around 10, so I mean, I'll pay attention to it, but I don't know if I'm actually going to end up taking anything on it. Other than that, we got Morgan Stanley, which looks like a great short. And then we got SIG, which is down about 18%. But Morgan Stanley looks really good. We're just entering right into this level here. Decent little spike here. Spread's a little wide. I'm going to try and get 5 cents on it. I will take a gap and go on this. I do like it. Nice little pop up here at the open, see if anything changes. Might 400 lose 25 cents. Nah, 400 is too big. Probably go 300. 300 lose 30 cents, stop out at 60. Worst case, yeah, that sounds about right. Well, if we turn around here, FANG stocks. Oh, jeez, that came back pretty quick. FANG stocks, for the most part, are matching up with the SPY, except for BABA. BABA looked pretty weak. SPY is making a run for that 260.30 already. I'm not doing anything, though, not yet. I need to give the SPY much more time to develop here. Something's going on at this 40 level. Getting there. I'm in. Ooh, don't like this. Saw a big seller there. We'll see if we can move anywhere. I mean, we're getting stuck here. Big buyer there. We'll see what happens. Alright, anything in the 40s, I'm out. Man, we are very slow. Yeah, that buyer's gone, I'm out. Or the seller's gone, I'm out. So I'll flash him out. That was crazy. That really did not move at all whatsoever. Yeah, of course, now let's come back down. Whatever. SPY's ripping up right now. And Morgan Stanley's weird. Might be a good opening range case if we keep consolidating around here. There might be another short back under this. It might just be taking a little bit. SPY is blasting off right now. Straight 260.60. That was the spot that I was looking at. Yeah, if Morgan Stanley wants to come back here, this could definitely be a good opening range play. Just really struggling down there. I know I got these. I had these moving averages as good support, and so far, seems to be holding quite well. Weird. Now all the FANG stocks look weak, and BABA, the weakest one during the open, looks the strongest. Ugh, nah, nothing looks good for an opening range play. Maybe MBOT, but I don't want to short that. SIG isn't too bad. Pretty hefty volume going down into this. Is it right here? If it's gonna go. I have to give it about 40 cents. It's trying to make a move here. See what happens on a pullback. If it wants to get up to VWAP, I'll look at this as a VWAP play. Definitely got these lows to worry about. It's like 30. Coming back right to it. So far so good. Didn't like it. I'd probably get pretty big here. Probably go for 400. Alright, that was one test. Let's see if we get two. SPY is just blasting off. Only 30 seconds in. Might see it. Or might not see it. And there it goes. Decent volume, don't like the candle. Haven't done anything terribly wrong yet. Actually looking a little strong here. Good volume on this recovery. SIG came back. Oh man, it came all the way back to VWAP and touched it. Wow. I took my eyes off of it for 2 seconds. I don't know. I don't think I would have entered it in anyway. Morgan Stanley's interesting here. Came up, touched high a day, right back to VWAP. Do I really want to long this? Apple is making a great case for a short right now. If it wants to pop up above this and touch VWAP, I'll look to get in short. See what happens. I think it's kind of following the SPY here. I can get pretty big too. So looking for about 73, at least up to maybe 80. It might. See what happens here. SPY's looking ugly. SPY's getting ready to turn down. I don't know if we're gonna get as much as I want here. Close. Not close enough. See, let's do it again. Looks like it wants to do it again. It's trying, but it's stalling. SPY is also squeezing up here. Pretty weak volume. If it still keeps pushing a little higher at a time. Well, that's pretty solid. That's not ideal. Should probably stay away from it very well. Already looks like it's coming back in though. Wow, yeah, that did. But now it's holding above VWAP. Yeah, it closed above. I should stay away. Oh shit. Netflix doing something under 349 here. I really would hate to have to go for a limit or a market order here. But that looks really good for a drop. Definitely not 100. Yeah, actually, about 100. 100's right on it. Shit, dude. Question is it a fake out lower now? It looks like it's getting bought back up almost. So yeah, there it was. Just couldn't think fast enough. Even if I did want to go long it, I mean, everything's sloping down on it. Just doesn't look that great. Now, if anything, it's a good case for a short again, because we just broke higher out of that range. Now we're getting stuck back underneath VWAP. I might actually, because it's pretty good volume, but just the price action afterwards, it's kind of ugly. But if it's going to tell me it doesn't want to go higher, then the case is there for a short. Man, we keep stepping down. We're stepping down fast. Now we're stepping down real fast. That was tough. You could see just the ass just stepping down, stepping down, stepping down. Look at that candle. What is that? Kitty. SPY is still up there. I mean, it's trying. I think that's what's holding it up here. kind of want to treat it the same as I did that Tesla trade yesterday. I want to make sure that I'm timing it just right with the SPY. Which it looks like it might be trying to do something here. Yeah, it might go right now. Strange price action. I just feel like that's such a bad entry. Just almost 80 bucks on the trade. It didn't break down lower. I don't know, it's just kind of weird now. There's a bunch of solid looking setups right now. I think I want to see Netflix test higher first. Get somewhere back in the 80s. And then get stuff back underneath. It's looking pretty weak right now. Regardless of what the SPY's doing. Apple's losing it. Looks like we are about to start losing it here, depending on what the SPY does. If anything, I guess I got a clear stop loss over 60 something. If I wanted to change it, but I don't know if I do want to change it. Because the SPY is still looking strong. It's definitely a hidden buyer there. Kitty, no. Yeah, it should be going. This is definitely a spot that it should be breaking. But if it's waiting for the SPY, I don't know if we're going to get that. Man, SPY was really strong too. Could very well just be a fake break lower and it gets bought back up. Good volume though. There might be a case for a re-entry here, but I mean, the SPY, I mean, we're gonna keep doing exactly that. I still love it for a short though, it just looks so good. See if I want to get in right here, which actually isn't a bad spot. Only risking about 60 cents. Came up, tapped once. I don't know. It's just kind of a really awkward trade. It makes sense that it's doing what it's doing because of the SPY, but now it also makes sense what it's doing. Just can't quite get the timing right. Yeah, I think if there's any shot, it's gone. Yeah, definitely. Nvidia is not bad. The spread's not so terrible that I don't feel bad using a market order. But the problem is it's already leaving. Yeah, Netflix was great. That's too bad. Apple's kind of interesting here. It's kind of setting up in a recent range. Might be getting ready to break out right now. High 65, high 65, high 64. Stop will be somewhere up there. If it wants to break higher out of that range and come lower, could be a great short. Let's see, I want to see it break higher, probably into the 70s, and short it as it gets back into the low 60s. I think we're getting a nice triangle here too. Yeah, that's really nice. See what happens on this push. I definitely like this setup. Wow, Nvidia. Where'd that come from? Everything's coming up right now. All the FANG stocks are having actually a pretty big squeeze. There's a hidden seller there. I think there it is. Not anymore. So, that's the problem again that I was looking at this thing earlier too. It's just a little bit too strong of a move. And plus we got the moving averages underneath, and I got the trend line coming down on it. Could still be a good trade, but now I gotta wait a little bit. So far that's looking good. Yeah, SPY's doing the exact same thing. Nope, that's not good. Do I want to long this? Not really. SPY's still ripping up. High of 86, so stop is at 88. 68 for 20 cents. It's not a bad spot still. That's just a fake break higher if it does end up failing this push, which it kind of seems like it's doing here. But closed above. It did the same thing right over here where it kind of busted out and it just slowly grinded up higher and higher. Damn. Can't stop the SPY. We'll just have to see, I think. I don't think I got anything for now. Alright, Apple came back. It's back in it. But SPY just keeps making new high days. It just will not quit. I'm thinking about just getting a small position here. If it comes back up to view app and starts failing again. But clear stop loss, I mean, if anything, above 154. But that's just kind of a ways away. And I feel like I can get a much better entry than that. But we're kind of entering the point of, you know, if it's going to break, it's going to... I mean, if it breaks now, it's probably going to fail. Because, I mean, the SPY just won't quit. So I don't want to see it break yet. I want to see the SPY start failing, and then Apple start failing. I guess I'm just going to keep redrawing these lines, too. So far, Apple not liking that. I'm taking 250 here. Stop will be at the top. I will add more depending on the situation, but stop will be above this little area here. It's only a starter for now, not full size. Risking almost 30 cents here. You know, if it sets up for it, if I'd like to change my stop loss to above 80, I'll just have to see what happens. Decent little downturn there on the SPY. Apple didn't really have it though. Higher time frame looks great. All the closes are below. Well, now the SPY is downturning, and now Apple doesn't want to move down. Here we go. See what happens. This will be the spot to add if this fails. Spot to add with a new stop loss. So we have high of 85. So if I'm in at 65 again, I can get 500 shares. Total risk of about 20 cents there. I think I like that. No, just not 250. I'm just adding. If we get back into probably 69, I think 69 is the spot to do it. Might be getting it here. Alright, I'm in full size. Stop loss will be just above this little break right here, about 86. Alright, we should be seeing something here. I'd like to start taking some at 50 just because clear support. So far, not great. Rather boring. Keep holding. Volume does seem to be growing here. Oops. SPY's definitely bouncing off of support too, so that's probably not going to help at all. It closed under the 9 for the first time though in a while. Just gotta keep reading and waiting. Point of control on Apple is at 65, so I mean we're right on top of price right now, right where we should be seeing something. So I mean if we're not seeing anything, then there's definitely no case to keep hanging in here. So far I am not liking this action, but it is at a spot of no return, so gotta wait and see. Just keep on holding. Very low volume. Signs are there. Don't do it to me, dude. SPY's turning down here. SPY's losing it. I'm adding. SPY's losing it. Come on. God, that is incredibly annoying. I can't believe that all just happened. After everything I was seeing, it just did not want to break lower after all of that. Look at that squeeze. Yeah, I guess Apple wanted higher. That's some garbage, man. I don't know what the deal with that one was, but hopefully we find some more trade. Watch and Sig here. There's a clear problem going on at this 50, but we keep looking weaker and weaker. I'm betting one of these times it's going to end up breaking, so I'm waiting to see a little test above here. And I'll take a short position as it comes back underneath the moving averages. But I want to see that test first. Waiting for one little short squeeze here before it might finally want to start dropping. That's probably not going to come into play. Volume's really low as it's coming down to it this time. It's really low on the last little pullback. But as we're approaching it again, it's getting much lower. Might be telling me that there's no more selling pressure. We'll see. Well, it tried. That wasn't much of an attempt, though. I wanted to see something at least above this, ultimately. About 75. Well, I guess Apple finally decided to start moving down. Well, it's good. It's setting up for a perfect little range to break out of and get stuff back underneath. Any spike above this, and it gets stuff back under, probably into the 50s. That's pretty big, though. But volume's nothing to brag about. And it's growing, though. Let's see what happens. I really hate to make this my stop loss. It halfway came back. Oh, Apple. SIG doesn't look that great anymore. Apple did fail that little squeeze that it had to hold higher. Now we're getting back underneath VWAP again. Do I still feel like shorting it? SPY is pretty much doing the same thing again. I mean, it is definitely an engulfing candle on the 5-minute coming right back under. This bothers me so much. Look at that. During this candle is when I got squeezed out. Like, what is that? Alright, I lied. It was this candle. It's even worse. I don't know. My stop loss is just too tight if I'm making this it. I mean, it already had its chance to move lower already. See the trend line broke, pretty good volume, came back to VWAP. Let's look at this. It's struggling. And the 50's coming down. The 5-minute 9 EMA is at 90. So I mean, it's definitely acting. I think I'd like to see it break above here. I think I want to see it give me a new stop loss and then get stuff back underneath. But it looks like at 70 would be the price to get in. So that's only maybe 15 cents. So yeah, I think 600 shares is good. But again, we have to worry about the SPY. Alright, there's a little poke above. Let's see what happens. God, look at that. It's just, I'm still bitter. This looks so good. Well, it's really not doing anything significant here. It's got low volume. I mean, the SPY is moving up, so that'll make it do what it needs to do. Nope, I got nothing. Not for a while, anyway. Nvidia, don't think so. Bob was somewhat interesting. It just came underneath this big runoff here, just broke lower underneath, and it's coming back up again. Moving averages are right underneath price on a higher time frame. What do I like here? Broke down lower. It's getting bought back, not on great volume. I mean, the SPY has been rising up for the past 5 minutes. Bob has been falling a little bit. We've been on the downtrend. I mean, with as strong as the SPY is, looks like it'd want to move higher. God, SPY, what is that? SPY's been amazing me this whole week. But got another little divergence here. Baba just isn't feeling it. So now what? Now is it a good short? I don't think so. The 9 minute, it's right there at 30. Right where it bounced off of this time. But I'm in a clear stop loss. About 80. Well, that worked out pretty nice. All right. Killing me, man. Just killing me. That tapped perfectly. I'll come back when I figure something out. Okay, I think I'm gonna start a SPY short position here pretty shortly. Probably just 75 shares to start. Yeah, there it is. Just getting started here. Obviously just had this huge downturn. The point of control on the day is around this 60 level, so I have a feeling that if we lose this level, any longs for pretty much the entire day are going to be underwater, starting to sell off. So I'm thinking if we can just start making a little downturn here, have some space to go. Apple here was looking alright for a short. But it's following the SPY too closely now, so it's kind of difficult to find a good trade in it. I mean, if I'm shorting SPY and Apple, it's just kind of the same. I'm just doubling down on my risk, basically. Okay, I think I actually am going to start looking at Apple here. The SPY is starting to spike up, but Apple just made a little push above this range here, and it started failing. And point of control on Apple is just right underneath this whole 50 level. So again, kind of the same situation. It's acting as really good support, but if we can lose it, there's definitely some downside momentum to be had. And the SPY isn't exactly looking super strong here, so I'm thinking there could be something. I might as well make my stop above VWAP. It's right there. I mean, the SPY looks like it's getting ready to lose it at any moment, but it's still holding, closing above VWAP, so anything could happen here. SPY stop loss is high a day. I plan on adding into it if it continues to work for me. I mean, right now is a decision point on a lot of things. If SPY can't hold higher, I mean, we're going to go lower. It's the same with Apple here. Not done yet. Same situation, just like every other time this has happened, just gotta wait and see. Do have a stop loss of about 86, 87 now. So that's about 15 cents a risk if it does get back underneath this 70 here. And it looks like it wants to. God, man. Alright, no trades, just waiting. Apple's coming back here. I do like it for a short. I mean, it's just each time it's setting up here, it just doesn't look bad. Higher time frame. Engulfed, went lower, only moved up because the SPY engulfed again. Really good volume, only moving up because the SPY again. I mean, I just don't see. I mean, it has been really choppy. It's been really sideways. I don't know. I think I just need to leave Apple alone. Okay, I've been looking at MS here for another possible continuation of a downturn. Just made a little push lower, got bought back up pretty hard. Made a push higher out of this range, and we're getting kind of stuff back underneath here. I'm wondering if there's a decent short. If we can get back, looks like in the 70s. Stops at 93, 94. But it needs to turn sooner rather than later. SPY's been moving up. It's close to a previous high a day. I'm thinking about adding here if it's going to start failing. And it already looks like it's going to start failing, but we'll see. It just tried to move lower. The moving averages are still... Yeah, no, it's done. Apple again, another fake breakout lower. I mean, it's just breaking out every direction and failing. I think I should just stay away from Apple. Yeah, eventually it might make a really nice break, but good God, man. It could just do that for the rest of the day for all I know. Baba sold off really hard here, coming back. SPY, I don't know. It's getting to this 20 level that kind of matters. I could add right here, and it really is not going to add that much risk. I mean, if I do lose on it, it's only an extra 20 bucks. We're kind of seeing some low volume up here. It had that little breakdown lower out of this range here, but there's definitely a head and shoulders kind of situation going on here if it doesn't end up reaching this new high. I'm going to take this. See, so I'll still be stopping out above high a day. Target's low a day. I mean, I got no reason not to have it at 260. 260 was a really big level on the daily too. So if we can get down there. Alright, average is 91, so about 200 from 91, it's about 40 cents, so about $80 risk. Alright, so far so good. Tesla just failed to break out higher. Kind of the same as SPY still. Getting close to underneath the VWAP. Higher time frame. Moving averages are bearish, but yeah, it could be a solid short here too. Need under the 50 for sure. My stop would be about 60-70 cents. I don't know. Volume's really dried up. Netflix is trying real hard. God, everything, I don't know. Today's much weirder than yesterday. Yesterday things were pretty clean. Things today are just a little harder to read. It's just how it is. I just can't quite get a grip on anything. I mean, it looks like it's trying to go long, but at the same time I might be waiting for the SPY. SPY might be failing here. I mean, Netflix is a great candidate for a little breakout push higher, failure, short back underneath, but there's just so much crap in the way. Yeah, it's only dropping because the SPY is dropping. Probably came back to VWAP. Low volume here. This could actually be pretty good. So about 300 shares. What's Bubba doing? Put controls at 75, so right where it is again. Yeah, this is another really solid case where if it loses this level, which it looks like it's gonna, I think I'm in on this one. I'm liking it. The SPY was dropping. Might be able to get another push to this 20 here. If not, stop is above. Yeah, 87's right on it. Super low volume. Yeah, not thrilled about that volume. Like the setup though. Definitely bearish. Gotta be a little cautious of what the SPY is doing too, because the SPY was turning down. It came right back to view up and is bouncing up. Baba doesn't seem to be bouncing though. A little doji there. Still want to hold here. Baba just really lost some volume. SPY's got a reason to be moving lower now. Moving averages are above. I mean, I see warning signs, but I also see reasons to keep staying. That's just super low volume on underneath this here. I would expect it to keep continuing, but again, same situation depending on what the SPY does. Just may or may not have something here. It's got a couple more chances here on the next few minutes, and that's what's gonna make or break this. If not, I think I do need to exit a little early. I mean, clearly we need to get under 40. Yeah, I think after that I need to think about getting out of this. It doesn't matter how much I like it. It needs to go when it needs to go, and if it's not going to go, then I need to get out. My emotions matter none whatsoever in this situation. The trade's telling me that it's not that great of a trade, so I just need to get out of it. So stop loss is going to be above this 70 here. Yeah, it's just gotta happen. If it's not gonna happen, then it's not. There's just no reason to stay in. Yeah, I just don't like it. I'm out. Oh, stupid SPY. Well, it was a good call, I guess. That's too bad. It's another just really good looking trade that just didn't have any follow through. Still holding SPY. So I just drew this right now. SPY's in a giant triangle here. Got a little top thing here. We just recently broke above this little spot here. This could be a decent spot to add, and I can reduce my risk a lot by changing it to just above this whole number 0607 here. Still liking the volume. Let's look at the higher time frame. Yeah, it's been chopping around really. So a little bit of an engulfing move here. Pretty good volume. A little bit of an attempt to get back above and it failed. 15-minute. I mean, everything's closing above. Yeah, those are some bullish looking candles. It's made an attempt to break down. But same as that Baba trade, we're getting into the situation where we need to do or don't. Speaking of Baba, Baba never moved. It's just been sideways still. Pretty low volume here. That's a good sign there. Shit, I hadn't even looked at the tick charts this whole time. Oh yeah, tick charts look great. Tick charts look really good right now. They're making brand new lows, but they've been continuously making failed attempts to make a new high. So we're looking pretty bearish on the tick charts. Fang stocks, not great, but also not good. We are slightly above point of control on the day. There it is right there. Got a long way to go on this thing. It actually looks more likely to get out at 260.20. Yes, definitely 260.20. Breakdown, touch view app bought back up. Not great. Not too big a volume either. Touch 77 on both these candles. Oh well, I guess Baba did finally want to move down. Nothing too special, that's for sure. Crazy low volume still. Apple's still sideways. Facebook actually looking pretty decent for a short maybe. Same with Tesla. Still holding. Facebook, almost the same scenario as SPY. Almost 1-to-1 here. As soon as it loses VWAP. I'm thinking about adding on SPY here. But I at least got to give it to the top trend line before it wants to do anything. Because if anything, it's just holding this as support, telling me it's more bullish than bearish. But still no reason to get out yet. I'm looking at a larger time frame for this one. Yeah, Apple's just annoying. Look at all these fake pushes just everywhere. Tesla really not looking too bad here. Failed to break up higher. Might be failing right now again. Look at that low volume pullback. I think I like Tesla here. It's like some of these stocks are just waiting for the SPY to give out right now. We'll see if it wants to make a push above 75 and fail again. I think that would be the ideal. I feel like I'm entering in too early if I'm just in right now. Hard time frame looks pretty good. No complaints. Definitely has a reason to go short. I want to see somebody take it up to about 75. I think 40 might be my best case for a good entry anyway. That might be all that we get. Spy select's a little funny. Really low volume. It might just be starting to lose it here. I want to see some kind of fake out again, and I'll look to get in more. Let's go to 607 here. See what happens. Need to be a little cautious of the trend line. I might want to touch this top trend line again too. See, my average cost will go up. Risk will be a little less. Yeah, so far so good here. Didn't like it too much. Netflix is dropping. Should help. Tick charts are at a point where they're either going to reach a new... it does not look good, actually. They're starting to turn down right now. Oh yeah, they're swinging down. Low volume so far, but there's buyers here. Holding this really nicely. Yes, we did. Alright, back under the whole number. I should probably go for 97. 97, I'm adding 100. I still want to give it to high a day. Yeah, tick charts failed to reach a new high, so we are downtrending in the market. Really, I think it's just a matter of time until SPY starts doing the same. But if we get a breakout here, could be good, could be bad. I mean, we'll just have to see. Just trying. It's got some volume. It's got plenty of resistance up here. We got this 200 on the 15 minute. We got the 25 minute. We got the 50. Things are still telling me to hold here. A bunch of sellers just showed up, and we are getting stuffed. Well, I like that candle for sure. Let's see if we can get back under. It's pretty good. Oh geez, I got a terrible feel on that one. If anything, that was a big chase. So I'm 300 risking about 30 cents. Yeah, it's about $100 here. But I am liking that failure for sure. Now we gotta make sure that we can get back underneath everything. I mean, this trend line is definitely different now, but I want to keep it just to see. Definitely some weird stuff going on. Had like a head and shoulders here. If anything, it tried to break a little higher and it's failing. Now it's starting to come back a little bit. Fang stocks are really strong right now. Tick is still downtrending. I mean, it's at a point right now where it's if it moves a little higher, it'll make a new high, but if it fails, then we are still failing. There's no sense in sitting here watching every single tick. I'll just come back when something happens. Alright, stopped out a SPY. It just never worked. I mean, tick charts usually a really good indication as to what the SPY is going to do. I mean, you can just see we've been making lows, 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 failed a little bit here, just got failed lower too, I guess, and then on the nicey lows, 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 lows. I mean, I don't know, things just totally opposite of yesterday. I mean, couldn't get anything going. I'll have to come back and do a review in a minute. Okay, so done for the day. I think after this week, just from experience, I guess that's kind of given me my max P&L loss that I'm willing to do on the day, and I think 300 is a solid number. So I guess I'll take something away from today. First trade I took was on MS, gapping down pretty big. Attempted to recover a little bit, started falling off towards the open. Then it's a pretty nice pattern, really. Had a nice little pull up at the open, failed, completely stuffed back under, shorted underneath low a day, just super slow, but clear stop loss around that 50 or the 40. Just hit out whenever it broke, so took a tiny loss there. Apple was easily the most disappointing trade of the day because it looked fantastic. So Apple gapping down a little bit. I'm wondering, 370 and the 60, I guess. I mean, we're holding it up the whole time, but either way, Apple at the open. So SPY super strong at the open up until about 10:57. It started topping out and dropping a little lower, and then at 10:02 we had the big break. So I was looking at Apple. Originally this triangle. So had a little push up higher, failed, came back underneath. Telling me it's a little more bearish because it doesn't want to break higher. Plus, since the SPY's been so strong and Apple's been so weak, consolidating underneath VWAP, each time it gets above, stuff right back under. Then we had another little candle showing here. Clearly had to break higher, but I couldn't believe everything that had happened. So first we got this little push up above VWAP, stuff failed back underneath, came up, bottom of the trend line, started consolidating around. So I took a little starter size here, only 250 shares. Nothing too big, nothing crazy or nothing. I just wanted to add into it as it worked more in my favor. So again, stop loss was I think about 95. That's where it should have been anyway. Came above view up again, stuffed again, slightly higher relative volume. Made a little break lower, but it was bought back up. Made another attempt lower, bought back up again. And so at 10:02, right whenever this thing started tapping the top trend line again and came back underneath VWAP, and we got underneath the moving averages, and the SPY finally started losing what looked like its strength here, started dropping here, I was adding in another one, being super aggressive here. And just the complete opposite of everything that everything was telling me happened. I mean, we're making higher lows here each time, but again, we broke out, failed higher. So I mean, the signs were all there for each and every direction. I think I was fully compliant on this trade. Really, I just don't see where a mistake could have come in. There really wasn't any significant point of controls or volume profile telling me nothing. I mean, right now point of controls at 153.70, still right above it. So I mean, I'm pretty sure I was telling myself at the open too, it was still around this 153.70. So I kept telling myself, you know, if we can lose this level, it's going to act as really good support, resistance, whatever. And I mean, it wasn't acting as anything really throughout the entire session. We just had to break one way or the other. And then after we broke higher, completely failed, came back underneath, right back down to this 57 level, made a little push lower, bought back up. I mean, just completely ugly price action. So that was Apple. Then the next trade that I took, I'll do SPY last. I was looking at Baba. Baba at the time, strong with the SPY, failed. Not exactly with the SPY here, so can't find a good spot to put this stuff. So I was looking at it about 1040. So 1040, SPY was actually just losing, just failed pushing a high a day there. And I think this is where I added on the SPY trade too. Came back really good volume straight to VWAP. I mean, just looking at the volume, it looked fantastic. So I was looking at Baba, you know, Baba's pulling up into VWAP. I mean, the signs were there for this thing to just start tanking. I mean, if the SPY was just going to start blowing through stuff again, like it did previously, Baba could definitely have a really solid move here, because we got this really nice volume right as we started losing VWAP. Came back underneath, you know, just low volume pullbacks, right into VWAP. Took a market order, stop limit right over the top. I held on to it for as long as I wanted to, you know, and then as soon as I started seeing SPY pulling up and getting a little bit stuck in here, it looks like 44, it started popping up, and 44 Baba came up too. So I hit out early. I think that was the good call. I mean, and then after it tested that, it just came right back underneath again and just slow grind lower. I mean, I don't see any correlation. I don't see any reason to hop back into it after it had already taken its chance. I mean, I guess I just wanted 2 attempts before it even started to move lower again. Just the way it is. I don't know. Then the only other trade that I took was on the SPY. So originally, the SPY had plenty of support resistance around 260 and 261. If I zoom in a little closer, which the main points of control here around 260, 261, 261.20, maybe a complete high of 261.40, which is kind of where it's at, topping at now. So I mean, maybe I was a little too early on this, but just because of the things I was seeing, it looked like it might be a good time to start turning around here and lose everything that it was telling me it was going on. I mean, if we got underneath 261, there's nothing in the way until about 260. So originally made a new high day, completely failed, stuffed super hard. Got right back underneath VWAP, bought back a little bit. Started looking like it started consolidating a little bit, so I decided to get a small little start here, just 75 shares, seeing if this thing wanted to tank. You know, maybe take some off at 50 or something, just quick little scout. But if not, I wanted to add into the position, as I knew this is going to be a pretty significant level that it's going to have to get away from. Just looking at yesterday's close too, I mean, it's 261.10. mean, the signs are all there. Came up again, failed to make a new high, or hold the new high anyway. I shorted it as it came back down, came back to VWAP, started consolidating, bouncing a little bit more. You know, this might have been the first sign of a warning sign here. 2 attempts at VWAP got bought back up. Volume's really nothing significant at all. And then came up, it was making a triangle here too. Same with the bottom trend line, you can kind of see it there. It attempted to break out lower on this one here. You know what, I guess this was the first warning sign. Because if this thing wanted to make a move, this was the time for it to make a move. I don't know. You know, maybe the cases were there. I know for sure I wasn't thinking clearly just because of everything that was going on. I probably couldn't get a right mindset going. But I had it again as we ended up breaking above this triangle and failed that move too. Came right back underneath. And I mean, it was a really solid move. But now that I'm looking at it, that volume's really nothing to brag about. So I mean, I absolutely chased that. I caught the bottom of that one, and then just bought back up and squeezed me out straight towards high day. I think this is the key point right here, though. This is where I should have started getting really nervous about stuff, because I mean, it had plenty of chances right up until this point here for a solid breakdown lower out of this thing. You know, we do get that test, and then it just bought back up. Really, though, just not anything significant volume. So I don't know. I think that might have been the warning signs there, but I didn't recognize it at the time, and I ended up adding into the trade again. I think because I was just down the day, maybe I really just wanted a winner. You know, I wanted a big winner. I didn't want to accept that the SPY just wasn't trying to move down, because, you know, as many bearish cases as we're getting, we're also getting bullish cases. I mean, bought up, higher low, failed again. You know, it's holding above VWAP each and every time here. Starting to turn into really good support. You know, the signs are there, so I think the SPY was probably the worst trade that I took, but Apple was probably the best trade that I took. It just really did not work out. But SPY is where I should have really tightened things up. Been a little more risk conscious, you know, really paying attention to the signs that it's telling me. But just the way it is, I guess. I mean, a higher time frame here. Engulfed move here, pretty good volume on that candle. Did come back up, and then the 5 minute getting bought back up on super low volume. Yeah, it was there. The signs are definitely there. So I just got to deal with today, just the way it is. You know, SPY's now entering up into that area. It was the top of the range that it might be starting to fail from. It very well might start failing here, but I'm definitely done. So just got to come back tomorrow on Friday, taking smart trades. You know, it's not like I didn't take bad trades today. I really don't think I did. It's just this one SPY trade, I guess, I mismanaged. Just couldn't find a winner. Sometimes it just happens, I guess. But I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.